Currently, I'm at my mom's friend Jack's house and Jasmine's house with their kids, Max and Mia. And Mia's currently playing the piano. I'm not sure if you can hear it. So let's continue on. 7:30 p.m. After checking that the flight from Dulles International Airport, which is in Washington, D.C., to Harry Reid International Airport, which is in Las Vegas, is not cancelled for the millionth time, I feel confident and satisfied, so I do my best to catch some sleep. We had to wake up early tomorrow morning, so it makes sense. And I sleep knowing that things will go alright for the first time. December 24th, 2022, Saturday, 5 o'clock a.m. I wake up and quickly get dressed and brush my teeth with the scarce amount of water that I have. Finally, I pack, check everything, and I leave the house. 5:45 a.m., Virginia. We're in Virginia now. 5:55 a.m. There's a toll, and none of us can really pay it because we don't have USD on us. We only have Canadian dollars. And also, we can't really download the toll app as well because my app store's set in Canadian, so we just drive over and hopefully don't get in trouble with the law. So far, so good. 6:10 a.m. Dulles International Airport, which is just in Virginia, just outside of DC. We finally arrived at the airport. 7:12 a.m. We're done with security. Apparently, they use the canine dogs to sniff you for security check-ins, which is different from the Canadian securities, and it's kind of cool, I guess. And they also use this giant bus with giant wheels that looks like an ATV or some sort of thing to transport people from terminal to terminal, which I guess is different, so that's sort of interesting as well. 8:45 a.m. Gotta warn you, this is where things go wrong and the real drama's about to begin. The flight's about to depart. Finally. I get up from my seat and shut my book, joining the long line of strangers. The line inches forward. We're almost there. Then, at long last, it's our turn. My mom hands over the tickets and the attendant checks it. There's a puzzled look on her face. She scans it again. Ma'am, I don't know what's going on, but we ain't got nothing, she says. It's showing that your flight got canceled. I'm sorry. My parents glance at each other. Twin frowns of expressions are placed on their face, and their eyebrows are raised in question. How come? My mom exclaims. Last time I checked, the tickets were fine. Yeah, my dad agrees. We even got through security, so it must be fine. I'm sorry, ma'am, sir. We don't have any record of your transaction. We can't let you board the flights. Ah, yeah, my mom exclaims. Well, see what we can do, says another attendant. He leads us over to the check-in desk and grabs our tickets. He types it into the system various times. Then he frowns. I'm sorry, he says, but there's nothing I can do. No record of your transaction. Nada. If we can help you, we would, the female attendant adds, chiming in. But our hands are tied. They didn't actually say their hands are tied, but it's something I'd imagine them saying. But my mom starts, it's so weird, I'm sorry, ma'am, they say. But Anne, there's nothing we can do. You have to go to customer service or call United. We can check their old tickets, I try suggesting. Maybe those still works. My mom holds up a hand to shut me up. Because, well, she's my mom and, mom power. My dad also shuts me up. Because adults. And also because my mom's my mom. She's kind of stubborn. And she'll probably literally stubborn her way into something if she's allowed to. She'll keep persisting until something goes her way. And because she's that stubborn, she says, again, but it's just so weird. We didn't do anything. It's not our fault. Ma'am, I already said that there's nothing we can do, okay? One of you must have accidentally canceled it or something. I don't know. All I know is that we can't do anything, okay? But customer service will be happy to help you. Or United, call them. But it's not my fault, my mom exclaims yet again, trying to sort out the situation best she can with her stubbornness and also her motives because, well, our vacation's gone wrong. So obviously, it makes sense for her to want to sort it out. My dad, however, sees that there's nothing that can be done. that they're going on in circles, so he says, "Thanks for your help. We'll call United and talk to customer service as well. And what about our credit card company?" "Call them," says both of the agents at the same time. At that point, I glance out the window, and the airplane. Currently in a super duper cute clothing shop, and continuing the story. So my parents head over to customer service to complain. While they do that, my brother plays on his phone, and I read my book, or at least I try to. Except I can't really read because I'm currently on the road home to Canada, and it's the golden hour, so the lighting is really nice. But the sun isn't shining in my face right now, so you probably can't see that. So 9:09 a.m. While my brother is glued to his phone, I'm trying in vain to read. But I can't because I'm too stressed. Because honestly, this trip kind of sucks and it's all my parents' fault. Look, I just wanted to stay home, cozy up, read lots of books, and finish writing my 20-page math report. But instead, I've been dragged to this really miserable vacation, one that I prefer I didn't go to. And this is what I get. One canceled flight, one flight I got refused on, 2 long car trips 4 states later, and also getting locked out of the house once. And I'm stuck. If this isn't the worst day ever. Goodness, sometimes I just don't really like my parents. Even though I appreciate what they do for me, there are times like this when I just don't like them. Seriously, all this could have been avoided if they had just not gone on vacation, or if they actually listened to my brother and I's suggestions. As I'm going on this tangent, I pace around a duty-free shop and try on all the perfumes. After I'm bored of the gift shop, I notice a cart from the United Airlines that's carrying complimentary food. I take a few because, hey, I might as well take my money's worth in snacks just to spite United for refusing my entry. And besides, I find that stress eating can be effective sometimes, in moderation of course. Finally, I sit down and stare at a distance, watching the people and planes come and go. Almost in Canada, now on the border. 11 a.m. Unable to stop myself, I stand up and walk over to the customer service booth. I make it just in time to see my parents being called up to the front counter. The woman behind the counter asks, "What's wrong?" I'm finally at home. I need to sleep, so I'm just gonna make this one really quick. Well, I was about to board my plane to Vegas when suddenly the ticket got declined. My mom places her hand on the counter dramatically. "We'll see what we can do, ma'am." The woman shakes her head and clicks on the keyboard. "It looks like your car got canceled or something," she says after a moment. "We know that," my mom says. "It's so weird." "Well," she says, "I don't think there's anything we can help you with because of that." "Can you at least tell me why the car got canceled?" My mom tries, and after reviewing with my mom's said something about like the credit card company or something needing the reason it got canceled, and that the airline should be able to cancel it or something. I don't know. Apparently that was important, and also that United was unable to provide that, which means that their customer service sucks, and they're incompetent because she should be able to receive that according to my mom. Rant over. Continuing on. The file that I have just says that your card got refunded and that your transaction didn't go through. It says to withhold all other information, so I can't tell you why. But we tried, and there's no reason, so it's just so weird. How come it got canceled? I shake my head. At that moment, I'm a little embarrassed of my mom, just because like everyone else is kind of staring at her, and there's a long line of people. And although her stubbornness can be good and helpful at times, it can also like embarrass herself, like when she's talking too loudly right now, and people are staring at her, which is insane. And I guess they're probably more just exasperated than embarrassed, mostly because she's sort of holding up the line when she's arguing back to the customer service worker, and you know, it's Christmas Eve, so everyone wants their flights to go by quickly, and they don't want anything to go wrong. A long time. I had exams and I was really busy, and then I had appendicitis and I was in the hospital and I was in pain, so I couldn't update on the story. But that's another story for another time. And right now, before I get into my IAs, which is IB for torture, I will finish this story. It won't take too long. Where did we leave off? Oh, we were left off at the part where my mom was complaining. So, ma'am, I already told you that there's nothing more that I can help you with, okay? And we can't tell you why it got canceled. The file is disclosed. Then what can I do? My mom explains. Oh my gosh, so stressful. I know, ma'am, it's the holidays. Just that time of year anyways, call management. They should be able to help you, the woman says. Okay, my husband is already on the phone with them. That's good. In the meantime, why don't I look for tickets to Vegas for you? My mom nods. By the way, the bank, we called them, and they said that they're processing our payments. The woman nods her head. Good to know, ma'am. Good to know. So, are there any tickets? Unfortunately, it looks like we're all out. What about Los Angeles? That's close by, right? I suggest. Will you shut up? My mom hisses through her teeth, glaring at me. We're sorry, ma'am. We're doing the best we can. My mom turns to leave, dejected. Then, with the last bit of stubborn air she can muster, she turns back and says, just one more thing. Can you tell us our transaction number? Look, ma'am, if I can't tell you why it got canceled, we sure as heck can't tell you your transaction number. I'm sorry. No, but look, ma'am, it's Christmas Eve, and we got a full line of people we have to help. I sort of feel bad for the people at the front of the desk, having to deal with the annoying customers, especially on the holiday. But I guess it's their job. Oh well. Of course, I feel bad for my mom as well. A trip that she really wanted to go on got canceled and went wrong, not once, but twice. Plus, it's a long way from Ontario to DC. But there's nothing that can be done, so she just leaves, wishing the two workers a happy holiday and Merry Christmas.